Good afternoon. My name is Ruben Garcia. I'm in General Bio 1, and today I'm going to be talking about the organelles that are included in the cell plan. Here it's an example of my cell plan that I made with Play-Doh. And first of all, we want to start with the Golgi vesicles, and its function is to process and bundle macromolecules like proteins and lipids as they are synthesized within the cell. For example, it processes secretions, um, and it contains a set of enzymes that attach to various monomers to proteins as proteins move out of it, which means like it can help with energy to secrete other sugars and other monomers. Next, we have our ribosomes, and their function is like first of all, they're a cell structure that makes protein that is needed for many cell functions, such as repairing damage or directing chemical processes. The ribosomes can be found floating within the cytoplasm, which we can see here. They can be either close to the smooth ER or they can be like floating along the cytoplasm. But since I just placed them right here. Next, we have our smooth ER, and its function is to regulate and release calcium ions and processes toxins. It is described as a smooth to distinguish it from the rough ER, which has ribosomes for protein synthesis on its surface. Next, we have the nucleolus, which is inside the nucleus, and its function is to rewrite the ribosomal RNA, which is rRNA, as we all know, and combine it with other proteins. Next, we have our nucleus. The function of the nucleus is to store the cell's hereditary material, as we all know also, which is the DNA, and it's where we have all our genes and everything, just like that. But also, it's like the main center of the cell, which means like it helps to control everything, the movement, the protein synthesis. I mean, what else? It also it controls every single function of each other organelle, which is inside the cytoplasm. Next, we have our rough ER, which is like really different from our smooth ER. Its function is to it synthesizes proteins, which means for most of the part are they are transported out of the cell. Next, we have our large central bucule, which is right here. Its function is to hold the material in wastes. It also functions to maintain the proper pressure within the plant cells to provide. I'm so sorry for the phone ringing. Next we have our next we have our amyloplasts, which is that they are responsible for the synthesis and the storage of starch granules through the polymerization of glucose. Next, we have our cell wall, which is all of this green part that I have right here. You can see right here. Its function is to provide mechanical strength and support. It also controls the direction of the cell growth. Next, inside the cell wall, we have our cell membrane. Its function is to protect the cell from its surroundings. The cell membrane controls the movement of substances in and out the cell and organelles. In this way, it is selectively permeable. We were discussing in class about this. It is selective. Next, we have our Golgi apparatus. Top here, the orange one. The function is to process and bundle macromolecules like proteins and lipids as they are synthesized within the cell. Next, we have our chloroplast, which is these screens that I showed right here. This one, and this one. Its function is to convert light energy from the sun into sugars that can be used by the cells, which means that they get energy out of the sun and convert it, like we can say, proteins, because sugars can be used as proteins. Next, we have our vacuole, which is somewhere here. Its function is it's that it can be used to contain cellular waste and isolate materials that they be, can be that may be harmful to the cell. Next, we have our rarefied crystals, which is like this yellow tiny ones. Its function is to repel animals away from the plant, whereas the juice crystal, which is this one right here, it also kills harmful bacteria that has invaded by the cell membrane. As we can see, like both of these crystals, they work as an organelle that can defend the plant away from any herbivores, just like I don't know other bacteria, insects, or also some small animals. And next, we have our mitochondria, which is this tiny pink ones. Its function is to perform cellular respiration. This means it takes in nutrients from the cell, breaks them down, and it turns them into energy. Lastly, we have our cytoplasm, which is all of this green that we can see, and it is present within the cell membrane, all of the cell types, and contains all of the organelles and cell plants, which all means like the cytoplasm is the place where all the organelles are placed within the cell, so the cell can keep alive and keep producing energy. And yeah, that's all. That's all about it. Thank you for your time. It was really appreciated.